All right, how about you out there? On the air with VA3EWV, the drive after 5. We're sitting here in traffic in downtown Ottawa, getting ready to get on the highway there to head home. As those that have been watching know that I have the AnyTone D578UV PLUS. Have that in the car with me. It's a nice radio. I really like the mic, to tell you the truth. I like because it has the buttons on the top that you can, you know, if you have everything set in memory correctly, you can just toggle the buttons on the top to go to your favorite things. Hey, Michael. Hey, Michael. I saw that you had posted a radio today. Why don't you post that on my website there? I see that you have it on one of the buy-sell sites and stuff like that, but you're welcome to post that and get some action going on my little site too. You can post your radio there. Hey, Michael, or both Michaels, VE3LI, VE3HRO, and VE3MJW, or VA3MJW. I forget which one, but I know the last three. It's good to have you both up here with me. Like I said, yeah, if y'all have stuff to sell, you know, I really don't mind you posting stuff up. You know, so let's see who we can get out here. It's a nice sunny day today for the drive home. Yesterday, within about an 8-hour period, it was very cold, then it was raining, then it was snowing, and then it looked like a summer day. So, there we go. We got some stuff to give away, eh? Okay. Looks like I'm picking up the Moose Creek repeater out there a little bit. Have it already set. I usually have it set for CRA, but nobody's been on CRA lately, so have it set for Moose Creek. Today, though, I made sure that the volume was up on both VFOs, and I am going to be on the national caller frequency first. So I'm just going to make this lane change there and get on with it and see what's going out there. Tonight, it's Thursday night. I used to go sit through the Procom net on Thursday nights, but now I'm doing my own net with Echolink and the All-Star node. I'm getting all that all set up because my hope, because I reached out to 2 nursing homes yesterday, my hope is to get some of these old hams back on the air. And people who don't have access to any type of physical radio, or they, you know, can't put up any antennas whatsoever, we'll get them back talking on this. All right, let's try some simplex right quick on the old AnyTone. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Mobile. Yep, we'll try to get somebody out there. I've been lucky enough to get at least one person out, and someone new like every other week, so we'll see what happens here. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, VA3EWV Mobile, listening. Okay, we're going to keep that VFO live, and we're going to go to VE2CRA and see if we can't get anybody over there. There we go. V2CRA coming up. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, VA3EWV Mobile. What's going on there, Bernard? And if you guys are in Cornwall, I know I can hit the V2CRA repeater from my house in St. Andrews. So who knows, you guys might be able to hit the repeater as well. VA3RLG, VA3RLG, VA3EW returning. Haven't heard you out there on the radio in a while, over.
Yeah, how you doing? I heard you chime in there. I was just watching a cooking video online. Good.
Yeah, I'm out here on my daily commute home. Good to hear you out there. I was on Simplex first. Nobody's coming in on Simplex, and I've been able to get a solo on VE2CRA in like over a month. No, that's not right. I was talking to a guy on Simplex last week, and then I switched over to VE2CRA, and we actually we were able to connect there and finish our conversation. How you been though?
Been alright. Like I said, I was just watching this video of this female with a heavy clenched out accent. You know what states that comes from? New England. She's cooking up an omelet and telling everybody how to make an omelet. Go ahead.
Hey Mike, how's it going out there? Yep, there's nothing like the cooking shows, you know. I used to have my own YouTube channel doing cooking shows. It was called Mr. Tupperlover. So I was doing Tupperware at the time, and I was out there during COVID in my RV that we have now sold so we can get money together to renovate the kitchen and 2 bathrooms. Because we weren't using the RV anyway. It was only 3 years old, so might as well get a good bid for it. But anyway, yeah, I was out there in the RV during COVID, sitting there doing cooking shows. Nobody had anything else to do. So there'd be people sending me pictures and stuff, or of them watching the show in the living rooms or in the bedroom there, you know, with the pictures of the TV. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, what was that cook out in New Orleans? Kind of a Creole mixed fella with an accent. He'd say things like, no. And then there's Emerald, but Emerald's not from, you know, I think Emerald's from what, Florida or New York, but anyway, trying to remember some really old cooking show hosts from back in Dad's time, or the kid. It's a white lady, little heavy set, kind of she had kind of an accent too, but I didn't know where it was from. I don't think it was North America, but she made really, really good food. Anyway, that's back in the good time.
Yeah, QSL, so you had Justin Wilson from the Bayou, and he measured everything in the middle of his hand, and then he would say this is the tablespoon, this is the teaspoon, etc., etc. Then he would hold the teaspoon, put it in there, and it would be a teaspoon exactly. And he had a lot of those old Southern sayings, right? Also, Julia Childs was the other person you were talking about. They were doing cooking shows before people thought cooking shows were popular. So Justin Wilson from Louisiana, and then Julia Childs.
Yeah, Julia Childs, yeah, that older lady. Then there's that mulatto-colored fella from New Orleans. I think he's got a little mustache, a thin one like Little Richard, but he cooked all types of stuff up. And then, of course, Emerald. Oh, we had a guy up here in Canada years ago had a show. He's an Asian, I guess he's probably Asian Canadian, and it was called Wok with Yan. In other words, like to work, but it was like cooking everything out of a wok.
Yep, that would have been a good show for sure, and I like the name of it, Walk with Yan. My wife, she watches this show, and I just don't know what interests her in it, but it's feed film or whatever, and I don't know. I mean, I never got into it, feed film. It's not a cooking show, he just goes around eating a lot of stuff. I guess he's a food critic. But I wound up watching it. I don't want to say I enjoy it, but I do enjoy it. It's one of those bittersweets, you know, like, well, I guess if this is on, this is on. But he's so weird there, I find, the Feed Phil show.
The Asian got them walk with Yan. I don't know if they were
That's hilarious. No, they probably can't say the name of that stuff. Who knows? But I didn't. You just taught me something. I did not know that HP sauce. I just noticed the HP on it. I never knew of any building or its background or anything like that.
We had another person. He wasn't a cooking show, but it was more or less an entertaining show. We did kind of illusions, and his name was The Amazing Cuskin. Do you remember that?
No, that's a negative. The only show that I actually watched was Justin Williams and Justin Wilson, and then Julia Childs. That was it. Excuse me.
Yeah, Julia had this picture where I was like, woo! It was funny. I was just a kid when she was on the air. I dropped my head up and Dad was going, what's so funny? I said, her voice. He said, but she's a great cook, son.
Yeah, other than that, the only other people I saw was like Martha Stewart, Rachel Ray. I think she used to do some cooking. But you know, all those shows, even to this day, you know, you'll watch of these camping shows and people doing the off-grid living and all this. A lot of shows. I've even seen guys that do streaming of ham radio. They cook. It seems like the thing that everybody wants to see. So everything I've seen on the internet so far, most of it has a little spot where somebody's cooking something. So that's pretty fascinating.
People that live off the grid, they got a source of water, they need a generator, they need a windmill, solar panels, they have animals, they got to eat up goodness. They're working all day, and I don't think I'd like that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, with that kind of stuff, like they say, you have to work to eat, right? So you have to go out there and get it and gather it and plant it and everything else, you know, from the ground to the table. It's all you. Yeah, those were the ones that pushed all the cereal, the toys, of course. Yeah, all that was, and then the soap operas. I didn't even know that soap operas were about cleaning supplies until years later. That's why they were called soap operas, because they were always peddling different soaps and stuff during that time. So that's pretty cool.
Did you ever watch late night television when you were younger?
No, not really. We only had two channels, one UHF, one VHF. One was a public broadcasting. You know, that's back when TV actually went off the air. So no, not really. The only thing I watched that was late, you had the 10 o'clock news. If we were still awake by then. Again, we only had two channels. You had 10 o'clock news, and then you had Johnny Carson, and that's what you watched, or that's what I would hear from my room because after the news we had to go to bed, so I would just listen to Johnny Carson, you know, like just through the hallway there.
Oh yeah, after late night. He's kind of the king because he was the one first. He was around when television was black and white broadcast. I read some articles about Carson. Like when he's not on the air working, what he's like as a person.
Okay, anything good?
But nothing surprising, you know, egos and him bruising egos. Sometimes as far as if he was holding an adieu at his hacienda, and he invited a bunch of known, you know, up and coming or known people over, and they'd be drinking, and the debate might start about something, and Johnny being the host, would be his place. If he got insulted, he's been known to clap people in the face, not to knock them over, not like a Will Smith, smack Chris Rock, nothing like that, but probably like the mafia does, like I get to step on my toes. Of course, I don't know the extent of it, but I know this much. When you mix alcohol with it and you put egos in Hollywood, anything can happen. People are playing recordings of that. You want to put stop with that?
Looks like we got some QRM out there. I'm gonna go to Simplex right quick and see if anybody's out there. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, VA3 EWV Mobile. RJL, I think VE3 RJL or RLJ might hear me on Simplex. VE3 RLG, that's it. VE3 RLG, this is VA3 EWV. Well, you guys may have not heard it, but there was a guy that started playing a recording on VE2 CRA there. Yeah, V2 CRA. I like the repeater because it has a courtesy tone too. We'll try it one more time. If they're out there with the foolishness, I guess we'll call it a night there. I'll see if anybody else is out there besides Ron, and then we'll see what we can do. Here we go. VE3R, excuse me, my voice is deep. VE3RJL, I think that's right, Ron. No, RLG, yes. VE3RLG, VA3 EWV.
Anyway, I hear you, Ernest. You're heading this way, I'd probably listen to you on Orleans or 560, the Simplex frequency, because we got the idiot out there playing recordings now.
I'll cross over to Simplex. Alright, see, there you go. We're going on Simplex now. So I'll turn off the volume on the top vehicle and see if I can't get RLG on Simplex. Here we go. VE3 RLG, VA3 EWV returning. I usually can pick one up from a good distance on Simplex. I have on 25 watts right now. Let's see what happens. Victor, Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, calling VE3RLG. Come on in. Well, folks, looks like somebody has messed up our party today. That's no big deal. We have a little bit of QRM there every now and then. You know, that is what it is. Then you just got to push on through it. We're going to check y'all later, though. And thanks for coming out watching. Mike Moss, Mike Welsh, Mike. It was the Mikes. Except for Bernard. Everybody else was a Mike. Michael or Mike today. Have a good day, everybody. I'm going to get on off of here, and we'll see y'all later. The A3EWB, we're going to be clear.